Law is the highest reasoning embedded by nature, which permits what should be done and forbids the contrary. But the enforcement of laws and the sanctions for non-compliance is a critical factor to the fertility of our jurisprudence. Amending the laws to meet the current human needs, steering citizens' corresponding obligations, should be the center of the compliance of law and not just the ceremony of public hearing. So let us talk about this. Let's amend the laws, or let's amend the Constitution so that we can violate it later. The just concluded Constitutional Amendment Review and public hearing exercise conducted nationwide only points to one fact. We are busy amending the provisions of the Constitution that we cannot wait to violate. I suggest we amend the human person first, for whom this Constitution is meant for, because from experience, it has shown that we do not respect the 1999 Constitution. That is why the provisions on financial autonomy for the judiciary is contravened. Jusun had to resort to strike action and shut down the judicial arm of government, for 2 months now, and we are still counting. For provisions of law that are that clear, some lawyers had to go to court, obtain a judgment in favor of the judiciary to implement financial autonomy. Yet, this isn't enough. President Muhammadu Buhari signed an executive order 10 seeking that the funds belonging to the state judiciary be taken from source, and this met resistance from state governors. Perhaps amending the Constitution is not the problem, but the implementation. We don't respect our Constitution from top to bottom for reasons I do not understand. Maybe because the Constitution is not people-driven. If not, tell me why, for example, President Buhari took an oath of office to defend the Constitution and he started violating the same Constitution the next day by making appointments only from one section of the country, contrary to Section 13 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. And that particular provision runs contrary to the principles of federal character, which is clear and known to all of us. A country that closed down her courts for 2 months now in order to implement a section of the Constitution she had been violating is having a public hearing to amend the same Constitution, after which she will turn around to violate the amendment she's putting together therein. Must be working against itself. At the public hearing in Lagos, I saw government officials all over the place, delivering long speeches and memorandums flying up and down, and I was wondering if this was a public hearing. The public had to go listen to government officials talking again. Meanwhile, they have been the one talking all this while the public watches them in anguish. Let's change our attitude and embrace the sacredness of our Constitution. We must stay away from creating double standards while we seek to only conform to the laws when it is convenient for us. No country succeeds while violating her own laws. The penalties for constitutional infraction should be capital punishment, and this should apply to all who violate the Constitution. My advocacy, therefore, is that let's take our laws seriously and deal with the distractors who are bent on desecrating our laws and undermining our corporate existence. I shall go to Rabbi again.